today I will be doing the social network book tag. This tag was created by Faulty Devices. I'm going to leave that original video down below. And I wasn't tagged by anyone, but I saw it on Ariel Bissette's channel, and I think Jessie the Reader also did it. And I really liked the questions, so I wanted to do it. And here we go. The first social network is Twitter. A book you want to share with the world. I feel like quite a few people on booktube have already read this, and it is quite popular on here, but it's definitely not popular enough on the whole world, and I really want everyone to read this book, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I just love this book so much, and I feel like a lot of people would enjoy it. The next network is Facebook, a book you really enjoyed that was recommended by someone else. For that I go with Why We Broke Up by Danielle Handler. This book was recommended by Carrie Hope Fletcher in one of her videos about books. Well, I am obsessed with Carrie Hope Fletcher, so basically everything that she recommends that sounds kind of interesting to me or has a beautiful cover, wishlist, like immediately. I read, I think, quite a few books that she recommended already, and I liked some of them, but some of them I didn't like that much. But Why We Broke Up was definitely a book that I did enjoy, and I feel like it was just a good recommendation. The next network is Tumblr, a book you read before booktube but haven't raved much about on booktube. That book is If You Could See Me Now by Cecilia Ahan. I do talk about her a lot on this channel, but I think that I never really talked about this book or only ever mentioned it briefly in tags. This is one of my favorite books. It has a really great story, and I mean, it has been a few years since I read it, but I do remember really loving it and finding it really inspiring. Myspace, a book you don't plan on rereading. I am not a rereader, so there are quite a few books that I could have chosen to show you, but I decided to choose a book that I haven't showed a lot to, and where I definitely know that even if I am going to be a rereader in a few years, that is still one book that I won't reread, and that is One Day by David Nichols. And I read this book, I think, a year ago and didn't really enjoy it that much. Definitely not going to reread this because it's big and has really tiny font, and I don't want to waste time with reading it again. The next network, Instagram, a book with a gorgeous picture-worthy cover. Okay, so I am a cover buyer, and there have been a few books that I Instagrammed, and I love to do it, and basically I try to Instagram every book before I start reading it. I decided to go with A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray because I love this cover forever, and it is especially really nice with some of the Instagram filters. So YouTube, a book you wish would be made into a movie. I cannot really explain why, but while reading The Darkest Minds by Alexander Bracken, I really had the movie already in my head, and I thought it would be so great if this has a movie adaptation. And the last network is Skype, a book with characters that you wish you could talk to instead of just reading about. I was immediately sure what I wanted to choose, but then I had a bit of a crisis because there is one world with two series, and I like all of the characters in this world so much that I had a really hard time choosing which series I want to go with. But I decided to go with The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare because I basically love all of the characters in this one, and I would love to talk to them and meet them and hang out with them. Yeah, if you have read the books, then you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, of course, the world I was talking about was the Shadowhunter world, and I would also love to meet Willjam and Tessa, so, and all the other people in the Infernal Devices trilogy. So that is where I had a bit of a hard time choosing which series I want to go with. But yeah, I decided to go with The Mortal Instruments in the end because it's still the series I like tiny little bit better. That was the social network book tag. I hope you enjoyed this tag. If you want to do it, feel free to do it and say that I tagged you, and I guess I'll see you soon.